Hello, YouTube world. It is December 28th, Saturday, 2019, and I want to do a quick video concerning the NFL action from last Sunday, December 22nd. And I want to start the video by playing this short clip from the NFL Network Game Day highlights. I think it's called Game Day Prime with Deion Sanders.
It's got a little
offensive line is shaky. They're shaky.
I don't know if it's shaky.
Okay, how is it not shaky? How many yards did he get today? Not 100, not near 100.
No, less than 50.
Less than 50 yards. And you got three guys going to the Pro Bowl. Either the Pro Bowl is rigged or these guys ain't what they used to be. Which one is it? You got to pick one. You got to pick one. These guys aren't what they used to be, man.
All right.
You got.
So he's talking about the Dallas Cowboys offensive line, but did you catch what I caught, what he said there? Let me play it again.
Near 100.
No, less than 50.
Less than 50 yards. And you got three guys going to the Pro Bowl. Either the Pro Bowl is rigged.
Okay, one more time.
You got three guys going to the Pro Bowl. Either the Pro Bowl is rigged or these guys ain't what they used to be.
So he's saying there, either the Pro Bowl is rigged, or these guys aren't what they used to be, meaning the Cowboys' offensive linemen aren't as good as they used to be. I find it really, really interesting when you hear a former player even utter the words rigged and NFL in the same sentence. And you wonder if that was a Freudian slip or something subconscious there. On this little bit on the show, it doesn't look like they're reading a teleprompter. It looks like this is kind of an ad lib and off the cuff discussion. And they're kind of just, summarizing their thoughts on the games for the day. But I want you to look at the reaction from this announcer, this reporter. I believe his name is Chris Rose, when Deion says that.
Near 100.
No, less than 50.
Less than 50 yards. And you got three guys going to the Pro Bowl. Either the Pro Bowl is rigged or these guys ain't what they used to be. Which one is it? You got to pick one.
Okay, watch his facial expression.
You got three guys going to the Pro Bowl. Either the Pro Bowl is rigged or these guys ain't what they used to be. Which one is it?
Boy, that sure looks.
You got to pick one.
That sure looked like a really uncomfortable laugh, like an awkwardness there. To me, when I look at that, like he's thinking, Deion, what in the world are you saying here? You can't be saying this. And then let's look at the end of this clip at Chris Rose's reaction.
These guys aren't what they used to be, man.
All right.
You got.
And he just says, all right, real quickly, kind of like he cuts him off, like, okay, we need to get off of this fast. So many, many people out there are very aware the NFL is rigged, that a lot of these games are rigged. It's been very clear in a few of the last Super Bowls. The Patriots-Falcons Super Bowl, where the Patriots are down by 25 and they come back. The Broncos-Panthers Super Bowl, where Cam Newton fumbles and runs the other way away from the ball. And really, the game to me that really made me definitively feel these games are rigged, where I'd been really suspecting it, but was kind of on the fence. What really convinced me was the Super Bowl in February of 2015 between the Seahawks and Patriots, where Pete Carroll throws the ball on the goal line on second down with Marshawn Lynch, sitting there in the backfield. So I found that really, really interesting. He wasn't saying it was rigged, and he goes on to say that more so that he thinks the Cowboys' offensive line is just not as good as it used to be in his regressed. But I find that real interesting to hear a former Hall of Fame player mentioning that something about the NFL may be rigged, and saying that with a national television audience. So next I want to play a clip from a game that took place Sunday, and this was actually the Sunday night game. This was the Sunday night game between the Chiefs and the Bears, and this is just the highlight afterwards on the NFL Network.
AT after Mahomes reached his 75 career touchdown passes, faster than anybody. Oh, the double doink. That's not. Now that's trolling people in Chicago. That's trolling people. Do not.
Okay, and we have the kicker for the Chiefs, Butker, hitting the upright twice. Now, when was the last time you remember seeing that in a game? Well, to me, it was clearly that memorable playoff game between the Bears and Eagles last year, and I'm going to just play the clip from that
game. And, oh, he hits the upright again! That's impossible!
So the Bears kicker hits the upright twice, and the Bears lose by 1 point. And I found it interesting. To my knowledge, that was the only time a kicker hit the upright twice in a game last year. And to my knowledge, this was the only time a kicker hit the upright twice this year. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty certain that those are the only 2 times that's occurred in the last 2 years. And it was interesting. We have both instances happening at Soldier Field. Now, I want you to look at something right here. So when this kick takes place, look at the score. We have the Chiefs with 23 and the Bears with 3. So we have 3-3, a 33 in the score. And we also have a 6-6-6. 2 times 3 is 6. And then we have a 3. 6 times 3, so a 6-6-6. We have a 3-3 and a 6-6-6 in the score here. Both very prominent Masonic and Satanic numbers. So you can't help but kind of think there may be something to it, like there's some mocking going on with that happening again at Soldier Field with that double doink last year in the playoff game. And now I want to play, an even more intriguing clip. And this was from November of last year.
Cody Parkey hits the
and you'll see the Bears kicker hit the uprights 4 times in this one game. There was the first. Here's the second.
Point. That's 2 now that have been missed as Parkey hit the upright. 41 yards away, and that, boy, he can hit those uprights, can he? 3 times today.
So there's the third. Now here comes the fourth.
Toward the upright. Unbelievable.
Okay, so last year this Bears kicker hit the uprights 4 times in one game. No, I'm not going to go through computing the actual odds of this happening, but let's just try and get a little bit of a ballpark idea. So we have 32 teams in the NFL. Each team plays 16 games. Now, let's just say on average that an NFL kicker has 5 scoring kicks in a game, meaning either a point after on a touchdown or a field goal, that 5 kicks in a game are scoring kicks. So you have 5 opportunities to hit the uprights. So saying you have 5 kicks a game, 32 teams, a 16-game schedule, that comes out to 2,560 kicks in one season. And, I don't know this, but I've got to think that a kicker hits the uprights. It's got to be less than 10, if not that, certainly less than 20 times in one season. So it's a very rare occurrence. So that would be, you do the math on that, hitting the uprights 10 or 20 times out of nearly 2,600 kicks. Very, very small odds on that happening on any kick. Now think about a kicker doing that 4 times in one game, and these are just astronomical odds. I'm not going to calculate it. I've got to think that's in the hundreds of thousands, probably in the millions. I mean, that's probably in the millions, the odds of that happening in a game. And I know some other people on YouTube have covered this, and they've spoken about this occurrence of the Bears kicker hitting the uprights 4 times in one game. I don't believe that was just a random occurrence and just a crazy occurrence, a crazy random occurrence. I think there absolutely is something significant to it, and there's something going on. And to me, there are a couple theories on this. One that I've heard other people talk about is that these NFL players and professional athletes are actually far greater and more skilled than we think. That they are way beyond not just the skill level of an ordinary human, but far beyond what we can imagine. So the example would be this kicker is literally that skilled and that good that he could hit the uprights 4 times in one game just based on his skill, that he's that good. Is it possible? Certainly. I don't know. Another scenario that I think is even more likely is that there's a supernatural element to this. Now, the Bible says that there are literally an innumerable amount of angels in this universe and around the earth. Angels just being another word for spirits, both the holy angels of God and fallen angels and demons, if you will. And that these angels are innumerable as the sands of the sea. And I want to read for you this Bible verse, Ephesians 2:2, where in time past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience. So pay attention to this term, the prince of the power of the air. And that is describing Satan, Lucifer, the devil. Describing him, another name for him is the prince of the power of the air. So if he's the prince of the power of the air, you've got to figure that he has some power over the air and some influence over the atmosphere, the air, which would be the second heaven, literally the sky and the air that we look at above us. And I think this is probably the most fitting scenario in terms of something like this happening, where you have a guy hitting the uprights.
He hits the upright from
4 times in one game. Obviously, I don't know the answer, but one obviously could be that this kicker is that good, literally on a superhuman level, and he's literally placing the ball on the uprights each time. Or to me, even more likely that whatever words you want to use, demons, spirits, fallen angels, demons, spirits, whatever, that there are supernatural entities that are outside of our human vision that are having an effect on the wind, on our atmosphere, and on this ball, and influencing this game. And as myself and many others have talked about, professional sports is largely idolatry in a ritual. We know Freemasonry and Satanism is involved in it, so very possible, I think, that there's a supernatural element of supernatural entities or spirits influencing the ball or some of the occurrences in these games. Now, I just want to read another few verses from the Bible that relate to this. This is 2 Corinthians 4:4, in whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Christ, who is the image of God, should shine unto them. Now, keep in mind this God, lowercase g, refers to Satan. So we have the prince of the power of the air and the God of this world that blinds the minds of them which believe not. And another verse concerning this, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. Here's the key. Which deceiveth the whole world. Deceiveth the whole world. Many people in this world are very blind of what's going on. They believe that everything that is said in the media, everything they see happening in sports and whatnot, that it's all the truth. Those of us that are awake can see the lies and the deception. Not everything, obviously, but we know there's something very wrong, and we're being lied to with a lot of what we see on television and whatnot. So another verse here, 1 Corinthians 14:33, for God is not the author of confusion, but of peace. God is not the author of confusion. He's the author of truth. He wants us to know the truth. Another verse here concerning this, John 14:6, Jesus saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. The key word being here, I am the way, the truth, the truth, the truth. So Jesus Christ said he is the truth. He is the highest truth. And it looks like it dropped somehow what I'd looked up. So let me just punch this in. And so let me get the correct version here. Well, anyhow, that's going to take too long to look up. So I follow the King James Version, but the King James Version is, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. And this is the New International Version. It says, then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. So it's the truth that sets us free. In this world, we're blinded by the devil and Satan, and we live in a world of deception and lies, and it is the truth that sets us free. And those of us that see the truth, we see these deceptions, whether it be in sports or in politics, in the media, whatever arena it is. So I just wanted to put this video out there, some observations I'd had. I hope this has been of use to someone, and God bless you all and have a great day.